Hello, welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real metaphysical and occult knowledge so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. This week, we're going to talk about DJ Conway's Dragon script, so stay tuned. Okay, this week I want to talk about something I've been getting a lot of questions about and why I haven't discussed it more on this channel. And that is DJ Conway's Dragon script from her books Dancing with Dragons and Mystical Dragon Magic. Now, before we get started, we are dealing with a lot of jets today. I will cut out as much noise and pause as often as I can in order to bypass the noise, but they don't seem to be letting up anytime soon, so we're just going to try and power through this. Bear with me, please. Okay, so I get asked a lot about DJ Conway's Dragon script. And whether or not it is a functional script, whether or not the dragons use it, can it be utilized in sigil magic, can it be used in magic, candle magic, all these different things. So we're going to discuss it a little bit today. But before we do, exactly what is it? What's it look like? What's the difference in it? So real quick here, I'm going to go ahead and on screen here you will see an actual alphabetical layout of the Dragon script. Now as you can see, this script is relatively rough. It's not exactly something that's going to be easy to carve into a candle. Though it can be used for sigils, it's very inconsistent and a little harder to piece together. So a lot of people have found it to be overly clunky. And because of this, the question has often come up. What do the dragons think about it? Did the dragons indeed give it to DJ Conway? Now, therein lies the big, interesting piece. I have asked many dragons about this script. So far, every dragon I've asked about this script has said they do not use it. It is not a draconic script, and it's not one that is one used by them. So it does appear that this is not a script that was actually directly given to her by the dragons. That said, the dragons have no particular problem with the script other than it would be hard for them. They prefer scripts that are easy to scratch and carve with the claw. That's just a preference of theirs. That is something that this script does not do. It does not lend itself to well at all. And as I said, it doesn't even flow well like many other scripts would. But it can be used, and many practitioners do use it and have got good results. I've actually tested it myself, though I find it, like the dragons themselves, clunky. I don't find the dragons clunky, but how the dragons themselves find the script clunky. Let's make that clear. It does feel less than efficient to me. And because of that, I've fallen out of habit of using it. I do still have a few items that I've made way back when I first got started that does still have this script inscribed upon it. But largely I have stopped using it. And in fact, in the entire path working, since I broke away from Conway's books directly, the dragons never brought it up. I actually had to be the one to bring it up. So you won't actually encounter this script in Dragon Magic 101, 102, 103, or 104. None of my classes is this a script that's used, but it is usable. It is functional as a script. When it comes to magic scripts, any alphabetical script could be used as long as you can utilize it, whether it be for creating a sigil, or carving onto a candle, or any other magical purpose similar to another script. Now, in Mystical Dragon Magic, she gives a complex divination system utilizing this script. I played around with this divination system for a year. I never personally got really good results with it. Again, it was way too limiting. It just didn't flow right. Felt even energetically, it felt restrictive. It's almost like it's almost like being in a coffin when energetically speaking as a restriction. But I have met the occasional person that actually enjoys that divination that she put into the Mystical Dragon Magick book. Most people did not care for it, did not. But I have found a few who did, and a few who took that base system and modified it further to create their own system utilizing that as the foundation or inspiration. Now, this isn't to discredit Conway's works. Don't take it as that at all. That is not the case. Conway's works are very, very important to Dragon Magic, and I would encourage all Dragon Magic practitioners to at least read her works, because again, Dragon Magic had dropped off the map from history pretty much. I think Conway was really the first one to try and bring it back at all. Her books were definitely the first ones in major circulation, and if it wasn't for her, I never would have found the path, and the work I'm doing today would not be produced. And remember, all magic is constantly in growth. It's constantly changing. Not everyone's path is identical. I, even here on this channel, what I teach in Dragon Magic, I teach a path, I teach a framework, and I would hope you take that framework and make it your own and even add to it. I've said many a times, I hope that what I teach and what I make available for seekers, that they will take my work that took me a long time to research and build, to put together, and I hope that by sharing it, they can get farther than I did and take magic to the next level, a level that I won't see in my lifetime. That's kind of how I see this whole process working. And it was Conway herself that actually encouraged me to publish and share my works as a stepping stone in that process. So I am grateful to her for that. Now, when it comes to the script, I oddly never really talked to her much about the script. I did tell her I didn't use it, and she made a comment that not many people do. And that was really all that was ever said about the script directly. I never had the heart, I guess, to ask her directly whether or not her receiving this from the Dragons was BS, or whether it was just one of those things where she was trying to add to the book to give it the texture and the flavor to inspire magicians to go further and ask questions. I don't know. But as a magical script, it is functional. It can be used. For me personally, in my Dragon Magic, I often get asked if I don't use that, what do I use? Honestly, I use the Elder Futhark in practically all my workings. It is rare that I don't use the Elder Futhark these days for my magical alphabets, my magical writings. I have used Theoben, sometimes referred to as the Witch's Alphabet, in several workings before. A friend of mine gave me a copy of an Enochian alphabet. I have enjoyed using that a time or two if working specifically with angels or just to mix it up a little bit. I actually do encourage people to try and find different magical alphabets and to collect them, to utilize them in their magics and their workings. Now, once you find one that resonates with you, one that works, I would actually encourage you to memorize it, learn it, and even utilize it regularly, not only to write, but learn to read it well. And that's really where I am with the Elder Futhark. I can read the Elder Futhark runes, and I can write with them without reference material these days. And that is where I want to be. And knowing what I know about it and how it already has such a deep history in divinations and magic and Golder, as we've discussed in our Norse Rune Magic class playlist here on the channel, it just allows me to add those layers into my magical workings as well for other systems. And the dragons, like I've said before, they don't mind working with other systems. They are very compatible. So that allows me to utilize that. Now, the next question is, do the dragons have a specific draconic alphabet? That is a question I've asked, and unfortunately, it would appear the answer is no. Their forms of communication, their record keeping and everything does not use or require a written language. So they instead, when it comes to written languages, do tend to gravitate to written languages used by other entities and cultures. That way it allows them to translate their communication over to something that can be comprehended easier within the realms of the entities they're working with. So they view the written language as a bridge between them and us, and they would rather use a written format that we are comfortable with. Now that means you can use any of the magical alphabets that are posted in many, many grimoires out there. You can use Conway's if you want, no problem. Or you can just use your basic language's alphabet, whatever it is. I know most people don't want to use the basic one. Like if you speak English, you don't want to use the English alphabet. That seems boring. It doesn't seem magical. The dragons really don't care. You can use it. It will work, and you will get results. Anyways, this is a little different than what we normally do, and I even considered not doing a full video on this because it's one of those questions I get a lot, but I felt it deserved more than just a yes or no answer, so I wanted to go ahead and do a video discussing it, and of course share the alphabet for those who've never seen it. If you haven't already, do be sure to check out some of our other playlists, like the Rune Magic playlist. That's if you're interested in other magical alphabets, that's a great thing to check out. The Magical Basics playlist, lots of information for those getting started. And of course, if you're new to Dragon Magic, be sure to check out the Dragon Magic playlist. Also, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel out a lot. Drop us a comment, say hi. Let us know below, actually, what is your favorite magical alphabet to work with in your practice, if you have one. And if you don't, what magical alphabets are you considering working with? Also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell icon, turn on the notifications. That way you're notified anytime we release a new video or we go live and do a live stream to answer questions. We try to go live every Friday and Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you get a chance to join us sometime. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, I hope this video answers some of your questions or all your questions on Conway's Draconic script. And if you have any further questions on it, do drop them in the comments below. I'll try and do a second video on it later if there's enough comments. Maybe I'll address them in a live stream. We'll see. But till next time, I'm Drake, and this has been Working Dragon Mystic. Take it easy. Bye.